Hello students, welcome to the new chapter Operating System. In this lesson, we will learn about what is OS, why we need OS and what are the functions of an OS. Now we'll see what is operating system. OS is a software which manages and controls the entire set of resources and effectively utilize every part of a computer. In short, we can say OS manages computer hardware, software resources and provide common services for computer program. So here is a picture. So OS will act as an interface between user and the software. Let me see the main goals of OS. It is to execute user program and to make the task easier. Here are the some OS used by us. Actually many OS are used, but I listed only few. Linux, Mac OS, Windows, Solaris, etc. Okay, we'll see why do we need OS. OS acts as an interface between computer and user. It allows the computer to manage its own resources such as memory, monitor, keyboard, printer, and also it controls the various system input-output unit. OS provides the user an easy to work user interface. It allows multiple programs to run in their own space and even communicate with each other through shared memory. So now we'll see the function of OS. So what are the function of OS we have? Memory management, process management, device management, file management, error detecting aids, booting the computer, security, coordination between user and software. So these are the function of OS. Next we'll see a memory management. A program should be loaded in the main memory to be executed. For memory management, the operating system does some following tasks. So now we will see what are the tasks here. Why we need to use memory management? It allows you to check how much memory needs to be allocated to process. Okay. So next, it allocates the space to application routines. Next, it also makes sure that these applications do not interfere with each other. Next, it helps to protect different processes from each system. Next, we'll see process management. The OS decides which process gets the processor, when and for how much time. So this function is called process scheduling. An operating system does the activities. These activities have been done through the process management. Now we'll see what are the process. It keeps track of process and status of process. So this program responsible for this task is known as traffic controller. And also it allocates the processor CPU to a process. And next it deallocates the processor when a process is no longer required. Here is a process status diagram. So here the new process is ready to run. But if any process is currently being in run state, then the new process has to move to the waiting state. Or If the new process enter into the run state, in the meanwhile, if any interrupt occur, it moves back to the ready state. After finishing the running the process, it will terminate. So this is the status diagram where following in the process management. Okay. So next we will move on to the device management. The OS manages device communication via their respective drivers. It does some following activities. First one, it keeps tracks of all devices. Program responsible for this task is known as IO controller. Next, it decides when and for how much time which process gets the device. Next, it allocates the device in an efficient way. And also, it deallocates the device when the process is not in use. So next, we'll see a picture. So here are the picture. Some input and output devices are there and we were connected to our system. Suppose if we are listening a music through the headphones and at the same time we want to take printout and at the same time I need to use some other device to do a process. Everything can be done at the same time. All those things can be managed through the device management in an operating system. Okay, so this is about the uses of device management. So next we'll move on to the file management. A file system is normally organized into directories for easy navigation and usage. These directories may contain files and other directories. So there are some activities involved in a file management. Number one, it handles the organization and tracking of files. And next one, it allows the user to perform such tasks as creating, renaming, moving, copying and deleting the files. So next one, it keeps track of information, location, uses, status, etc. of the file system. So this is about the file management and we will see the picture of the file management. So here is a flow diagram. The root directory has been divided into three folders, 2 folders for documents and 1 folder for the app, and 2 folders, document folders are again divided into 3 files. So likewise we were segregating the files according to the needs of the user, and apps have been divided into 2, spread and games. So again the games have been splitted into files. So likewise we can organize the files here. So next we'll see a security. Security in OS. A huge number of computers are connected to the internet now, but each of them may be attacked through the internet. Just look at the picture. The user is accessing an internet. There are some hackers may hack our process by sending a worm or some intrusion, by sending any virus, so like that. So like this process can be prevent from the attacks by using the OS. Next one is error detecting aids. Operating system is responsible for detection of any types of errors or bugs that can occur while any task happen. Okay. The well-secured OS sometimes also act as a countermeasure for preventing any sort of problem. So next we'll move on to the coordination between user and software. So the coordination and assignment of compiler, interpreter, assembler and other software to the various user of the computer system. So how the OS is providing a coordination between the software and the user. Here is a picture. The user is going to access many software like application software and system software. And according to the user request, the OS is responding to the user as well as it will manage the work of the hardware and the user. So this is the thing, the OS is providing a coordination between the software and the user. So next we'll move on to the booting the computer. So what it is? Booting the computer. Booting a computer refers to the process of powering on the computer and starting the operating system. The operating system is the program that makes all your software applications and hardware to work together. During the booting process, the first thing that happens is the post. It is nothing but power on self-test. We'll see one picture how our booting process takes place. Power on the PC. So once you power on, read-only memory BIOS checked for the location of OS. It will check in the hard drive. Then it will load the OS from the hard drive to the random access memory. Now the OS will get starts. And after that you can log into your system. So this is the correct process, booting process. Okay, it is a main function of your operating system. Okay, so that's all about the function of an operating system. I think you will be clear. Okay, thanks for watching my video. Kindly subscribe this video. Thank you so much.